Flight swing, but we play to win. It's the sim side vibe where the sim pros roll. GS Pro loaded, got control of the whole. If you chasing that grind, then you locked in tight. Welcome to the sim side, second flight.
All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. Second Flight Golf, Jacob here. And if you can't tell by the tone in my voice or how excited I am, I got some really awesome news to share with everyone with an unboxing, an install, and a new launch monitor in the Second Flight Golf studio. And without further ado, we got VTrack in the house. Guys, I'm so pumped about this. Like I'm beyond pumped to get this put up, to put it through the ringer with testing. And it's just that next level of having an overhead, right? Taking the launch monitor off the floor, having the overhead, it's out of sight, out of mind. And what better way than with Elite Sim Golf VTrack. So huge shout out to Elite Sim Golf for hooking us up with a VTrack, and we're getting it installed. So we're going to do an unboxing. We're going to get it put up, and I'm so pumped about having a overhead launch monitor, but the VTrack too. It's still so new. You know, just barely a year old, and the hardware, the cameras, I mean, it's unmatched right now. And the price range, you can't beat the price range. So still not official connector with GS Pro. It's in the making though. It is with the beta version of GS Pro. So any day now we should get the hard release of having the official connector. So without further ado, let's start unboxing and see what we got. All right, so honestly, guys, just looking at this, I mean, phenomenal packaging. I mean, it's just well packaged, and that may be an Elite Sim thing. I don't know how it's packaged across the board, obviously, but so just off initial opening, really nice bubble wrap. We'll get that out in a second, but first box we got the VTrack golf balls. So these are going to be used for the actual aligning and syncing of the system once it's up in, or the launch monitor once it is up and installed. So we're going to place these on the ground, and this is how it kind of aligns and syncs itself, if you will. All right, that's box number one. Again, I cannot get over the quality. I mean, and I'll get that out in a second, but very well wrapped. I would feel, as I did, feel good about purchasing, but I would feel even better with the way this is packaged. All right, we got in box number two, we have our Cat 6 Ethernet cord, plenty of Ethernet too. So if you have a longer run, then I mean you're going to be fine. Also with Elite, if you tell them the size or the ceiling height, they also will send extra cabling. We have, looks like Allen wrench just to tighten, and then we have wood screws to mount. With Elite though, you also get, I'm sorry, this is just with the VTrack. You get this laser mount to help align. So box number two there. All right, now for the moment we've all been waiting. Well, mainly me, but we are unboxing the actual unit here. All right, so we got foam on each ends, well packaged, and look at that. Look at that bubble wrap. So not your traditional bubble wrap. That is well packaged, and honestly, it slides right off, which is good, nice and easy. Put that over there. Slide that. Whoa. Slide that off over there. All right. There it is. There it is. VTrack, baby. Let's go. Let's go. All right. We're going to go ahead and set this down. All right. And more stuff in the box. We have our power cable. Also, pretty good length with power. Now, the good thing for me is I have power right up in the ceiling, so I don't have to run this very, very far. So I may actually opt to, it looks like just a normal computer. I actually have one of these that's probably shorter. I may use that instead of this one, just because my run's only going to be 10 feet, maybe. And I may use this. Just obviously, I'm a big cord fan of cord organization, and so with all this cord, I'm going to make sure that it's obviously wrapped up and kind of out of the way. All right, and then last but not least, we have the alignment board. So what this is going to do, it'll have an arrow for the screen. So you'll put this towards the screen, and once it's mounted up, you're going to lay this down on your hitting strip or your hitting mat, and this is how it's going to align. And then it'll show you in the cameras exactly where this is. So when you set this up, and again, we'll go through all of this. The whole video, and it may be separate videos, but it's going to be the whole process. So it's going to be installing it into the ceiling all the way to hitting the first shot. And so you lay this, the camera has to be within these QR codes, if you will, but this is the alignment board. So so that's it for the unboxing. And guys, I mean, let's get this thing open. I mean, wow. This is awesome. This is just awesome. So, VTrack, baby. It's here. The VTrack has entered the building. I am pumped. So I have 10-foot ceilings, which is about average for sim. Definitely large enough for, you know, swinging and playing sim golf. So I'm going to be able to mount this without a mount pole, if you will. Guys, I'm excited. So, all right, let's move on to the next step, and let's get this thing mounted in the ceiling and go through installation of VTrack. So just got done unboxing. Went ahead and did a couple things to help the installation process go a little bit smoother. So again, I don't have to use the pole mount. Mine is going to be flush. So what I did is I got a 2x9. Actually, I already had one at the house, thankfully. So I got a 2x9, and I'm mounting it flush to that. And then I have open ceiling. So you can tell in the big cam here, so I have open ceilings. And so what I did, I just cut a 5-foot 2x9. I'm going to have that across the 4-foot rafter. And then I'm going to mount flush to it. So you can already see the 2x9 up there with the VTrack mount. And so that's already been screwed in. So that's all I've done so far. So let's go ahead and hang the VTrack. So it was super easy. Mounting, you know, it took me, 5 minutes, cut the wood and then mount the bracket in there. So the really cool thing on here, though, is it does tell you which side the screen. So up here, there's an arrow that's pointed towards the screen. So now the way this VTrack has to be mounted, you can't tell it. Maybe there you can, but it is slanted. So let me do it this way. So you can tell right there, the back of it's a little bit taller than the front. So you want this mounted to where it's facing the player, not the screen. So essentially, when it's upside down, you would not want it like that. I'm sorry, you would want it like that. That is facing the player. The other way would be face the screen. So you wouldn't want to do that. The easiest thing to do is your power and Ethernet should be on the right side. That's the easiest way I can tell you. So there's 4 Allen wrench screws. So the VTrack will slide right in, come over, and drop down. And there's 4 Allen wrench screws that we're going to tighten up. Now I do have you can see there's a net up here. I never get close to it, but I have it up here for when people come over, just so golf balls don't go to the ceiling. So I will have to alter that. It was pretty tight. So I'm gonna have to figure out what I'm gonna do there. Let's go ahead and take this plastic off. This is awesome. This is just sweet. Wow. So cool. So cool. Right? Now this is not 100% maybe where it's gonna land. So I just got it up there, and the cool thing about how I have it is it's on this 2x6 that can slide. So I can move it closer or further back if I need to. So that's not an issue. Now, if you're mounting this from a ceiling and you have to get it right, then you're definitely gonna wanna look at the specs on how far you're hitting away from your enclosure, because that's gonna tell you exactly where it should be. I have the ability to slide it back and forth, so I'm not really worried about that. I can change on the back end. All right, let me get these 2 tight on the back side. Super easy though, even if you had a pole mount. I mean, the fact that you can mount the bracket and then just put the VTrack, slide it right in there. All right, we're mounted. So now we just got to run our cable. All right, we got power. We got power. There we go. Yeah, so currently, so far we have unboxed the VTrack. We have installed it into the ceiling. We put it on a 2x9 and ran the Ethernet and the power cord. So that is all complete. So the last thing we got here is the VTrack protector. So let's go ahead and unbox that, see what we got. This will be the last step to get the VTrack completely ready for play. So this is going to be the VTrack protective. Nice and thick. And this is going to obviously just protect from any shanks. I'm going to have a lot of people over. And so we want to make sure that we have this thing protected. For me, I hope I never get close to it. I shouldn't. You know, being a single digit handicap golfer, if I ever hit that, I probably should just stop playing. But regardless, you know, whether I have my kids hitting, friends over, you know, we'll be protected. So this looks good. Let's see what we got to do to get this thing on. Should be fairly easy. All right, so we have some simple directions here. Looks like we have 2 foam pieces that are going to go inside just to give it some stability. All right, I'm going to get the foam pieces on here, and then we'll get this thing put on. So we got the 2 foam pieces. So they should go center with the camera hole. So you see the camera hole here should be centered, and it should be on the edge, both sides. Camera hole, foam centered. The way the VTrack sits, Should be pretty self-explanatory. You have the taller end that's going to be on the back, and you're going to have the shorter end that's going to be on the front. And the way this should go on is you're going to want to hook the back and then flip the front of it up. So let's go ahead and kind of change the camera here. All right, you should be seeing the VTrack now. Here we go. All right, let's get this thing installed. So again, we're going to start with the back first, and then we're going to rotate it towards the front. That was pretty easy. Yeah, that was super easy, and it's on. Very cool. I got we'll go ahead and get everything powered on. All right, so with the VTrack from Elite Sim Golf, you're going to, when you order it, it's just, I don't know, I think maybe it's like $10, $12 extra. Or if you have a smart outlet, but Elite Sim Golf will add this to your order. But anyway, it's a wireless controller. So essentially it is an outlet that plugs in, and then the VTrack will plug into that. So there's an on and off switch on the VTrack itself. So you don't have to get up and down off ladders. A couple things you can do to obviously plug that in. I think Elite Sim Golf makes it super easy. It'll come with an outlet, plug that in, plug the VTrack in, and then you just have an on and off switch. Very, very simple. And so you just turn it on and off. So I lined up the holes of the VTrack cameras. So right now you'd be able to see the two holes of the protector are lined up exactly for the camera. So next thing that we're going to do is we're going to dive into the actual toolkit of VTrack, and we're going to make sure that we get this thing aligned correctly and calibrated. So after that, we'll be fully go to start hitting balls. So let's head over to the toolkit and let's get this thing calibrated. You do have a screen side of this calibration board. So we will get this set on the mat in just a second. All right, going over to the toolkit. So as you can see up here, we are green and green with the connection. So we are powered on, and we have Ethernet plus power. What we're going to do is we're going to go to the settings icon. The settings icon is pretty much standard, very easy to identify. And there's some things we can do in here. But for now, we're going to focus on the device. We're going to go to device. This may auto connect for you. You may have to hit connect, but let's roll over here to calibration. Now, when I set this mat or this calibration board, a couple things. You have two cameras, so it's going to try to create a 3D image. So like right here, I'm 100% square to my screen. It's going to look on one side like it is kind of tilted the wrong way or not straight. It's because it's trying to create a 3D image. So all you need to do is make sure that your QR code is on the left and right within those yellow boxes, the yellow dotted line, that it's in within that box, front, back, side to side. And then make sure that you are 100% square to your screen. So this is square to the screen and right in the center of the hitting mat. And as you can see, we are left and right. We're inside the yellow line there, at the top, at the back, and on the right. And then on your right camera, we are in the line, in the line, in the line, in the line. So we're good. So let's go ahead and start that calibration. Awesome. We are 100% calibrated. So now we're going to do the ball check. So what you're going to do is you're going to remove your calibration board. The VTrack ships with VTrack golf balls. Show you what they look like right here. So they're going to have dots on them. And essentially, you're just going to put them just like so. Once you get started with the box, it's pretty easy to figure out exactly where they're going to go. The first one's going to be a little tough, but then you're pretty much just creating a grid. And this is going to be your hitting area. It's massive, guys, and I'll show it to you. Once we get these balls. So you're creating a 3x3 square here. I'm sorry. 3x4. Can't count. All right, so we should be all green lights there. And then I'll show you what this looks like. And you can kind of see on the screen. I mean, look how big that hitting area is. And I can slide it a little bit, but it covers the entire hitting strip. So let's go ahead and look in there. You can see I have plenty of space. That's really cool. Big hitting area, which is awesome. All right, so let's go ahead and hit start. This one takes just a minute, guys, because it's finding those balls and it's calibrating it. Thus far, though, I mean, it's been so easy. It's been so easy. All right, so we have calibration complete. We're going to apply, and we're good to go. So a couple things right here. You want to make sure that you are not on fixed unless you are using a rubber tee mat. You want to make sure that you're not fixed, and then also here, you want to make sure that it's non-fixed. This allows you to hit anywhere in this square box. All right, we're going to go to game. We're going to go ahead and launch GS Pro. I have it to auto select, so whenever I start the toolkit on my desktop, it's going to automatically launch GS Pro, which is awesome. It's very seamless and it launches right into GS Pro. All right, we're going to hit the X. Let's go and pick up our golf balls and let's do a test shot and let's see if we're reading. All right, guys, so we got the main camera. We have GS Pro loaded. Let's hit a couple shots with a 9-iron here. Good strike. Not bad. Not warmed up by no means. 9-iron probably flies 155, 150 once I'm good and loose. What we got there? We got club head speed of 82, carry distance 140. Total length 146. Yeah, I normally carry it probably about maybe 150, 155 total. Turn over on that one a little bit. So that's a closed club face. That read that perfect. You can see the image on the screen. So closed club face over the top. That's basically a kind of a pull draw. Gonna get more distance out of that. Let's see if we can hit one clean here. That's better. Much better. Yeah, got that 149 raw carry. It's about right. Again, only the third or fourth shot of the day here. So, all right, guys, that is the unboxing, complete install, calibration, you know, a little bit of the toolkit, VTrack. That can be a whole nother video. There's so much to do inside the toolkit of the VTrack, but we've unboxed, we've installed, we've hit a few balls, everything's working, and guys, I'm excited. I'm excited to have VTrack in the 2FG studio, and guys, there'll be plenty of videos coming. First impressions, obviously live rounds with it as well, and maybe some comparison with some other launch monitors too. So big shout out to Elite Sim Golf. Guys, I have the whole package from them, so I just can't speak volumes of how awesome the customer service is, how fast everything ships, from the quality to the prices. I mean, it's phenomenal across the board. So go check out Elite Sim Golf. If you have any questions, John is by far way too knowledgeable, if you will. I don't know if you can be too knowledgeable, but so knowledgeable. I mean, he can answer questions about the sim build, of course, the products, but even the tech side of it. So like if you're having troubles with the computer, if you're having troubles with, you know, switching from launch monitor, Ethernet to another one. I know sometimes, whether it's the firewall, Defender, that stops it sometimes, but also your IP address sometimes is hung up in the last launch monitor. He knows all that stuff. So choose Elite Sim Golf. You will not be disappointed. So I hope you liked the video, and if you did, please subscribe, give it a thumbs up. Check out the Super Thanks. Super Thanks does help the channel make more content and have better ideas. So definitely hit the Super Thanks if you can. Like the video, subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one.